Hello, everyone. My name is Brenda Wilcox, and our teachers here at Prairie Nursery School would like to share with you one of the ways that we extend learning in the classroom. Asking open-ended questions can happen in many different areas of play. So let's see what they have to say.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Jones, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the way we use open-ended questions at an art activity that the children might be working on in our classroom. I'm sitting here at our art cart where we have a variety of materials available for the kids to just use and explore and experiment with. We have markers, some scissors, lots of glue, tape, and colored pencils. And we just encourage the kids to take what they need and experiment with the stuff and just try to see what they can make with them. And while they're making them, some of the questions we might ask them are, tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you used to make this. What did you do first to make this? Asking them to describe things, using those descriptive words like smooth or bumpy or small and big, just encouraging to expand their vocabulary that way. Sometimes kids come over here and they're very overwhelmed and they don't know where to start. And so we might just ask them, what are you trying to make? Tell me what you think you need. And we might help point them in the direction of what stuff that they need to gather. Sometimes they have a plan in their head, they just need what's first. So that's what we do here. The other big thing we work on here is encouraging them to write their name. When they come over here to write their name, they might say, I can't do it, or I can't remember my name. And so we always have name cards available. And so in the beginning, we would point them to that. And then towards the end of the year, or the middle of the year, we might say, okay, you can't quite remember how to write your name. What can you do to remember that? What can you use? Or sometimes they want to write a friend's name too. And they can go and find a friend's name in the name card. So these are all ways that we encourage the kids to expand their thinking in the art area.
Hi, my name is Jenny Campbell, and I was just going to talk a little bit about open-ended questions you could use while your kids are building. At school, that looks like we have wood blocks. At home, it may look like this kind of block. It may look like Legos. It may look like stacking cups. It may look like building some kind of Barbie house. But open-ended questions can help our kids take their play to the next level and get some more information out of it. So when you're building, a really natural question and things to talk about are shapes. Like, tell me about the shapes that you're using. It's also a really natural place to talk about measurement and things that you're measuring. So a great question could be, how could we make that longer? How could this be shorter? It's also a great one, balance, those kinds of things. If they're working on getting something to balance, what would happen if we put this here? Or how could we make that stand taller? Okay? And then if you're in a situation where there's already something set up, you could say, like, say for example, your child was building a zoo. What could we add to your zoo? What else would make your zoo more complete? Or what's your plan for this? Those are all really good open-ended questions that will get your child's mind thinking and the play level to go deeper. Thank you so much.
I'm Mrs. Becker, and outside is another great place to ask those open-ended questions, as well as get your body moving. But some of the open-ended questions you could ask outside are, how did you do that? Where did you start? What would happen if you did that backwards? Tell me what you're doing. How many jumps would it take for you to get to the corner? Or how many jumps would it take for you to get to the park? What would happen if you tried jumping on your hands? All sorts of open-ended questions you can ask your kiddos when playing outside or doing any sort of big body movements. Bye, thank you.
Hi, this is Mrs. LeBeau. I will go over some questions you can ask to expand reading or story time. Starting with the title. Do you see the question mark? This tells us that the title is a question. You can talk about the cover. This one is a wraparound cover. Who do you think the story will be about? Where do you think the story will take place? While you're reading the book, take a few, don't rush through it. Take a few seconds. Let any questions, that the child might have kind of naturally rise. You could always point out a few things. How many bugs do we see here? And then at the end of the book, the learning doesn't need to end there. You can go back. Is the story about what you thought based on the cover? Can you tell me the names of 3 people in the book? What happened first? Then what happened? How did it end? How did you feel when whatever happened in the book? Each story kind of has its own questions. Just expand upon, if there's a sentence in there, turn that sentence into a question. That just helps the child understand and better grasp the story, and it also helps you know if the child is understanding the story. So have fun with questions. Thanks.
Remember, open-ended questions are a great way to expand on children's learning. Hopefully this video gave you guys a few ideas to help expand play at home. Thanks for listening.